Hello and welcome. This is Patty Bennett with PattyStamps.com. I was just enjoying some coloring time with my Stampin Blends markers, and I thought it might be a great time just to turn on the camera and have a quick chat and just show you some of the things I was doing with this beautiful rose. This is a rose that I was trying to make it look like one of the roses in my garden. And I am just using, as you can see, several colors. I am blending Cherry Cobbler and Daffodil Delight and Calypso Coral. And I am just trying to make it look pretty realistic. I have a peace rose in my garden that looks quite a bit like this, and that's the look I was going for. And I just keep layering colors back and forth until I'm happy with them. Just kind of dotting on a few more colors there where it would be darker down in the center. I was recently coloring with my blends with some friends from Stampin UP, and it was so interesting how we each were coming up with very different results. You can see some of them here, just playing with different colors and different softnesses and blending, and I was going for this more realistic look. I actually looked up on my phone and I was looking at one of the roses that I took a photo of in my garden. And so I thought, oh, well, I am just going to try to duplicate that look. So basically, I've started with the lightest Daffodil Delight and putting some darker Daffodil Delight here where the rose petal is going down into the center where it would be darker. And then this is something I tried and I really liked it. I'm adding the Cherry Cobbler down in here to really get that deep, deep shadow. And then blending it with some of the lighter Calypso Coral. Then I'm going to go back with the dark Daffodil and blend again. I like these little circular motions. There's lots of different ways you can blend. You can kind of flick, you can do strokes, you can do this circular, you can use either tip. It's very forgiving. You can really do kind of whatever you'd like. And then I'm just leaving a little bit of the lightness out here at the edge. And then you can see, like right here, where that lightness hits the darkness of the next one, it really pops. Leaving that light space is really difficult sometimes, but that's how I was doing this one, and I'm really anxious to finish it. Oh, and one tip on the leaves, I was using the old olive, and then I added some of the Daffodil Delight to it to pull the yellow back in and coordinate it with my flower. Just playing with those different color combinations there. Something I'm going to recommend that you do when you get your blends markers is pick a stamp. It really could be anything. You can see I've used this thank you and I die cut it with the oval stitched shape. And I did a combination in every color. So the light and the dark of every single color. And this has been a really good reference for me to just be able to refer to these and see how they blend, see how dark the darkest one is, see how light the lighter one is, and just take a look at how they blend. So that's all of the colors that Stampin' Up! Is carrying so far. And I thought this is a good little reference. So if you pick something like maybe, you know, a flower or one of these outline words or something, and you use that to give yourself a little reference, it's really a neat reference. So just wanted to suggest that there. So that was that one. And then let me just show you a couple of other things I had been working on. You may have seen this one on my blog. This is the Bella and Friends puppy dog with the hat from Santa's suit. And I followed some instructions from Stampin Sasha on YouTube, where she started with this light smoky slate where she wanted the darkest shadows, and then she added the crumb cake, which is exactly what I did on this, and I love the results. Really a neat way to shade. I was working on these on the airplane, and not really so much blending, but I was just doing some shadowing. So you can see kind of under the roof lines, I've used the darker color. Hope you can see that. Just trying to give it a little bit of realistic shadow, but just sort of have fun with the colors. So I was working on that, and then I'm not so sure how I did with these, but I was trying to do wine and wine glasses. I think I might have a way to go with improvement on that, but it was an interesting exercise. I felt like I kind of got a feel for the markers. Another Bella and Friends I worked on with the turtle and the puppy dog. And then this rose, this was interesting. You can see here the colors that I actually used. And on this one, you can see right here with this light smoky slate swatch, I did go ahead and do the light smoky slate where I wanted the darker shadows. And I think it does make a difference. I think it really makes the light color pop, and it makes the darks darker. So if you are experimenting, this is kind of a fun thing to do as well, is to make a little swatch so that you remember what colors you used. Here is this really cute lady. Don't mind this. I dropped my stamp. Wrote myself a little cheering section here. Way to go. Anyway, playing with the pool party markers on this one to give her some shading in her dress, and then just playing with different colors there. Here's some more experimenting that I did, working on my blending and my shading. I like them. I think they turned out okay. And then I think that's all I got to on this stack. I'm not sure why I thought I could color all this on the plane. I brought all this on the plane with me. Then I just had to laugh at myself that I had all of this that I never got to color, but I did have fun on the plane, that is for sure. Let me show you this one that I was working on. With this black and white plaid paper, I used my washi tape and I covered up every other white stripe, and then I used the light rich raspberry marker and I colored on the black and white paper. And I thought that was kind of interesting, gave sort of a different plaid, and then used the raspberry markers on the thank you and on the flower. So that's kind of a dramatic card as opposed to the other flower cards I was doing that were kind of happy. And then I think I've already shown you these other cards, so I won't go back through those because I did already cover those on another video. But I just thought, since I had such a great time watching my friends color these, we were all watching each other, I thought that maybe I would just leave the camera running while I'm doing some coloring. And then if you have any questions, please go ahead and leave a comment. I would love to, oh, maybe that's UPS. Did you hear that doorbell? I would love to answer any questions, and I will also link to my blog post when I get these blogged, but just thought you might like to just watch some coloring. I find it fascinating to watch other people as they're doing their coloring and shading and blending, and so I just thought you might enjoy that. I'd love to hear from you. Hear what you've been working on, and what colors you're enjoying, and what projects you're working on, what stamps you're working on coloring in, and For me, it's very therapeutic. I don't know about you. Do you love to color? I absolutely love to color. You know, my box of 64 crayons was one of my most prized possessions. And do you remember when you got a new box of crayons? Oh my, wasn't that just so much fun when you were young, huh? Maybe I'm showing my age. So, yeah, so I'm really enjoying how this one is coming out. I think I'll move on to a new image and just leave the camera running. And you can just watch if you want to and leave me a comment if you have any questions. Well, that was fun. I hope you enjoyed seeing some of those details colored in, and I guess you can kind of tell what my favorite colors are. But that was just fun to do some shading and just work on different color combinations. I think I'll work on finishing these up, but hope you enjoyed that. And if you have any questions about these wonderful new blend markers, Stampin Blends, please let me know. The whole set retails for $121, and you can get the entire set, or you can get individual combo packs, or you can get individual markers. So absolutely whatever fits your needs. Everything is available by clicking shop online at pattystamps.com, and I will have everything linked below, both on my blog and on YouTube. So have a great day. Enjoy your coloring time. I'll see you next time.